Alright, so today I thought I'd make a video to show my mom how I make, what is it? It's chocolate ice cream without any dairy, without any sugar. It's made of avocado and chocolate powder and, uh, what is it? Coconut milk and monk fruit. So I've made this before. I think I've made the recipe a little simple, or I figured out how I can do it without making a tremendous mess and making it easy to show somebody else. So I thought it'd be fun to make this and see how it goes. All right, so welcome back to Mike's Kitchen. Today we're making chocolate ice cream. So let's see, recipe. These are clean dishes, by the way. Let's see, the ingredients are 1 can of organic coconut milk with no Guar. And Guar is supposed to be, I think it's some sort of a thickener or a sweetener or something. And basically, we don't want Guar because it can disturb or kill off the healthy stomach flora that you might have, developing the good bacteria in your stomach you need for good health. And so if you don't know what any of that is about, I strongly encourage you to go online and Google it or YouTube it. There's so much information out there about how your good flora, having a good digestive, having good bacteria in your stomach is so good for you, for you to maintain good health. So anyway, that's why we want to find coconut milk with no Guar or any other thickeners or sweeteners. We want 1 avocado, half a cup of coconut powder, 1.5 cups of monk fruit, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 cup of water, and then I have an ice. Well, here I have a ice machine from. I got this from Amazon. Here's the machine on top. You can get these from Amazon or Walmart for, I don't know, like 25 bucks, including shipping. They're pretty cheap. They do a pretty good job. But if you don't have that, you can just put it in Tupperware and put it into the back of your refrigerator and let it get really, really cold, and you probably end up with the same type of product. So anyway, so those are the ingredients, and here we are. So organic cocoa powder. It's my monk fruit. Check out monk fruit. It's a 0-calorie sweetener that doesn't taste like chemicals. I think the other ones taste like Sweet and Low. Has like a chemical taste. I like this one a lot. Here's our organic coconut milk with no Guar, and some kind of vanilla extract, and then avocados. And I'm gonna mix everything in this blender first, and I'm actually going to split it in half. So I'll have, as I measure it out into the blender there, I'm gonna put only half of it in there, and the other half I'll put dries in one and wet ingredients in the other one, because when you put the entire thing in a blender, it's too full. It's too difficult to try to blend it all together. So if you blend them separately, they're all going into this mixer at the end. Or you could, if you're using an ice cream maker, but if you're using the Tupperware method and tuck it into the back of your refrigerator, you can just put it in a bowl and mix them all together again, just so that you have a consistent flavor. But even if you didn't, it would be, if you divide the ingredients evenly, it should still work out fine. All right, so let me flip this camera around and we'll get going. All right, I just set up my camera. We'll see how that goes. I don't have the stand for it. It's leaning up against the ice cream maker. All right, so let's get going. The first thing is organic, what is this? Coconut milk. So it's got a kind of a white congealed part on the top that's all the fat, I guess, inside of it. So I want to put half of it, as advertised, in the blender, and half of it in a bowl that I have sitting on the side here. So it's kind of a mess, but do the best you can. So that's that. Save that for later. What else? So I jumped it. All right, avocado. So we have already cut avocado, so just kind of quickly scoop that out. This is a really good avocado, something that's soft, ready to go. You don't want it too hard. You don't want it, when they're brown and kind of nasty and funky. So that's good, and then we'll get the other one. Gee, is it a wet or a dry ingredient? I think we'll call it a wet ingredient. Just scoop it out into the bowl. So then when I do batch 2, it'll be easier. And that's it. All right, what's next? Coconut powder. So 1/2 cup. So I'm just going to grab a 1/2 cup of this and just try to peel off half of that into the blender. It's about half, and put the other half in my dry bowl. And then what else? Oh, monk fruit. I'm gonna clean up. Yeah. I really should have done this the other way around because my 1/2 cup measuring cup is covered with coconut powder. But all right. So I want 1/2 cup. Well, actually, it's 1/2 cup, and then it's about half, and then 2 tablespoons. So let me see, 1 tablespoon in the bowl, and 1 tablespoon in the blender. That'll work. And then what else? 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. So I was thinking about measuring, 1.5 teaspoons into the blender, and then 1.5 teaspoons into the liquids bowl, but it doesn't really matter. Just kind of close enough, and then they're all going together anyway in the end, so it'll be fine. Keep it simple. All right, so that's the vanilla, and then 1/2 cup of water. So let's see, half a cup here. That's 1/2 cup, so it's about half, and then put that in the liquids, and that's it. So let me show you what I got. All right, so that was pretty simple. I have half the ingredients in the blender, and then half of the ingredients in my 2 bowls, one for wets and one for dries. And yeah, if I filled it up with if I filled the blender up with everything, it would be like somewhere around here. But then it's just really thick, and it takes so much effort to get everything to blend because it just gets so thick. All right, so let's mix it all together. All right, so that's really what you want to see. You want to see it creamy. You want to see it stirring. Making that little vortex in the center consistently, so you know that it's all smooth enough, and you can see it. It's creamy. It doesn't have any little teeny tiny pieces of avocado in there. All right, so now we'll just mix this with the other bowl, and we'll put it in the ice cream maker. I'll show you how I do that. And or if you're gonna use another method, then it's pretty straightforward. Just mix them together. Put them in either Tupperware containers and let them chill in the fridge or the freezer, or put it in a big bowl and take it out of the freezer and stir it every 5 or 10 minutes. Either way, it's going to be super yummy. Or you could, if you don't have an ice cream maker, at this point you could even put it in ice cube trays, and with little toothpicks sticking out of each one of them, and that would be super yummy. I mean, it'd still be a little hard and crunchy, but I don't know. Use your creativity and see what you can come up with. All right. So I haven't done this yet, but I just had a really good idea. I bet you could, with this recipe, you could take somewhere between 1/2 cup and a cup of gummy bears, and I bet if you were to melt them down and maybe put them in if you were to melt them down and then mix them to this recipe, you can make pudding out of this too. not going to do that today, but another time. But I think that would work because I've seen people make kind of like pudding type stuff like that. So I bet you could do that too. So if anybody wants to be creative and try that, let me know how it works out. Thanks. Okay, so here we are. We're making ice cream maker. Got ice cream in the bucket. Got the little agitator in there. Ice cream in there. This is the bucket. So I just need to put this lid on here. And doing a cameraman and a cooking job at the same time. Not doing a good job of either. Ugh. All right, so anyway, I'm going to tighten this up. I'm going to put it in there. And then I'm going to add some ice and I'll show you that. So we'll be right back. All right, so I filled it to about here, halfway, and on both sides. And I'm just gonna take my rock salt and dump some in there on one side and some on the other side. Just a bunch. You don't want to be stingy with it. And then I'll add more ice on top of that and then more rock salt, and then we'll just let it spin. So I'll come back when it's going. Alright, so I just wanted to see what it looks like when it's running. This is kind of neat because the outside container spins around and there's a blade on the inside that actually stays still. It scrapes off the frozen ice cream from the sides of this really thin metal bucket, which is freezing with the ice. So I'm going to get this running again, and then what you want to do next is to cover it with blankets and towels to make a thermal insulation, and you want to keep this open so that oxygen can get to the electric motor so it stays cool. So I'll show you that when we're done, when I get there. All right. All right, so I was filming and my battery died. So anyway, I shut that off so you can hear me talk. So this is the ice cream maker all wrapped up. It's kind of the reverse of staying warm. We want to keep the ice from getting warm, so we may put these blankets all over it so that the ice wouldn't melt right away, and we have to keep this open so that oxygen can get to the motor so it stays cool. And I set a timer for every 15 minutes, so I'll come back and I'll check the ice because we don't want the ice level to get too low, or it'll start to warm up. So anyway, that's it. I'll show you when it's done. Forgot to mention, if you have family in the house or anybody besides you who would be annoyed by the sound of an ice cream maker running for 30 minutes to an hour, I stuck it in a bathroom, and a clean bathroom away from anything. So just close the door so it's quieter. Put it in a back room or somewhere where it's kind of annoying. So anyway, FYI. All right, so anyway, here's the ice cream after running for about 30 minutes or so, and it is delicious. So I'm gonna put a bunch of this in Tupperware and put it in the freezer till I'm ready to eat it in a couple of minutes. Enjoy.